Welcome to Digital Hospitality. I am your host, Sean Walchef. This is a Cali BBQ Media production. We are coming to you live from the National Restaurant Association show in Chicago. This is the big show, 55,000 restaurant professionals, 2,200 vendors, 12 football fields. We know that not every restaurateur and not every hospitality professional can make it to Chicago, which is why we do this show and why we have Juancarlos Chacon.
Yes,
who is the franchisee of Jersey Mike's, and he does lots of other things. So I will let Juan introduce himself, but we're coming to you from the Restaurant 365 booth. They have been incredible partners of this show. We've done events with them at the Restaurant Transformation Tour, and what was important to us was to get boots on the ground, to bring stories from the show back to you. So Juan, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. My name is Juancarlos Chacon. I own 9 locations in California. One that'll be starting construction next week will be number 10. And I have
congratulations, 9 Jersey Mike's.
Yeah, 9 Jersey Mike's, and the 10th one, and then we have 14 Jersey Mike's in Las Vegas.
Amazing.
Yes.
When was your first Jersey Mike?
I came aboard of Jersey Mike's in 2014, and my first store opened November of 2015.
Wow.
And then just been developing since. I acquired in 2018. Or 17, sorry, I acquired 5 locations in Vegas, and then we've grown from there too.
Bring me back to the first location. Why did you jump off the cliff? What was the selling point for Jersey Mike, or for the restaurant business for that matter?
Well, I've been in the restaurant industry for 25 years.
Okay.
So I was with Domino's Pizza, started back in 2000, and started from the bottom up, from a regular assistant manager to a corporate position as a director, and then became a franchisee in 2008. Right before the economy crashed. Almost went bankrupt a couple times, but made it through that. A couple of my friends had left Domino's, and that I had been in the industry forever, and they went to Jersey Mike's, and I was like, where are you going? They're like, a company called Jersey Mike's. And they left Domino's to go there, and I'm like, why would you do that? And so I kept an eye on them since 2008. And then finally, when I had some equity in 2013, I made a decision. And then 2014, I jumped ship, got a territory rights for 3 stores in Los Angeles, and then haven't looked back.
Tell me about the first store that you opened. Did you open all 3 at the same time? Or
No, one at a time. So, so when I left Domino's, I sold my Domino's in 2014, July of 2014. I didn't open up my first Jersey Mike's until November of 2015, but that was a very, very difficult journey because for a year and 4 months I didn't have work. I was doing a little consulting. I couldn't. They were non-compete, so I couldn't have Domino's and then wait to the next day. So I had to sell fully, get out of Domino's, and then jump into Jersey Mike's. And so that was very difficult, very, very challenging to live off of savings and a little bit of consulting work. But it just basically got my mindset to just be able to to dial in and be able to hunker down and to be able to fight through the intricacies of restaurant. So when I opened it, it was difficult. My first store opened up in November 2015, and it didn't open up like how we all would have dreamed to open up. It struggled a bit,
yeah.
And but it was nothing different than what I've been used to. So I just had to keep on struggling, be smart, vigilant, trust the brand. And then acquired an existing location. I didn't think I was running well, but corporate saw it. I was running efficiently, and all the controllables were there. I paid attention to the standards, and they loved the fact that I could hit the ground running. I just didn't have the volume there, but everything else was in. So they asked me to buy out an existing franchisee at a neighboring store, and I jumped on that, and then shortly after I found real estate for my 3rd location. So I basically grew triple it within 1 year.
Wow.
Yeah, so opened up November of 2015. By July of 2017, I acquired my 2nd store, and then November of 2016, I opened up my 3rd store. And so just all that preparation and the resilience, it just prepared me. It was difficult to open up. I never tripled in size. I had only owned 1 Domino's Pizza for 6 years, so it was challenging, but made it.
I really appreciate your vulnerability. It's hard anybody that's listening to this show that's in the restaurant business, we have a level of persistence in our DNA. We have a little bit of crazy in our DNA.
Yeah.
We got to have a lot, when you have hospitality and you take care of people and you try to make money in this business and you try to grow this business, it's sometimes we didn't open up our second store until the pandemic, and that was only a ghost kitchen, and we've closed both of those ghost kitchens.
Yeah.
We thought that was something that we were, a friendly ghost kitchen. That isn't the concept. We're taking the learnings from there to open up eventually a Navy-based location, a QSR location, but I really appreciate you sharing the struggles because so many people see the shows that we do. We're very fortunate that we get to interview people like you that you say you have 10 stores, but then we don't get oh yeah, by the way,
a lot of people
I
don't
almost
see
went
that.
bankrupt.
Yeah.
It was very difficult. I'm so sorry. But the persistence, what kept you going?
To believe it or not, my children. Like I never wanted to, I didn't want to fail them. And failure was not an option. My family are first generation. I'm first generation. My dad immigrated from El Salvador. My mom, she was born in the U.S. but was raised in El Salvador, and they didn't have much. And my brother and sister, we all sacrificed, and we had to do hand-me-downs. We had to do sometimes share a cup of noodles for dinner, but it was tough. So there was no way I was going to fail my children, and my parents didn't fail me. So I have a competitive edge. So failure is not an option. I strive to be the best. I'm not the best, but I strive, and it's a day-to-day battle that I try to do.
Can you share a little bit about when did you learn about Restaurant 365?
Restaurant 365 came to me, I would say 2 years ago. Two years ago.
How many stores at that time?
That was only 6.
6 stores?
6 stores,
okay.
Yeah. They had came to me, and then it was a situation or a conversation where I liked everything they had to offer, but I said, I don't do my in-house accounting. I have an accounting company. And the conversation was still professional. Like they just said, well, just let us know. And I heard everything that they could offer, and I was like, I wish I had the wherewithal to know how to do accounting, that I would definitely have jumped on with them a long time ago. But then my accountant came to me and said, hey, we're going to be converting. I'm like, wow. And then so I met Tammy, and she was also telling me about the operations side of it, where it's not just accounting software, because I thought it was just accounting software. It's more than that. It's the operations behind it, the technology to be more efficient. My accountant, obviously with any kind of change, I mean, my accountant has been in the industry, I would say she's been in it for maybe 30 years, and no, about 20 years, but the owner has been in for 30. And they're so used to one thing, but she said that the transition was very easy for them. It probably took my company about two periods to dial in when we finally came on board.
Yeah.
About 2 periods to dial in, and it's just like they've been in it forever. It was the same stuff, but we have a lot more. We have a lot more at our disposal as an operator. So I like it, and I wish that the corporation could actually adopt the operation side of it, as far as like the recipes and the scheduling platform, and just calculating a true theoretical food cost.
Why is it important for you to come to shows like this?
Because you know what, there's like so many things. I just heard what you said, how many football fields, and there's so much things. But for me, it's more of like looking what's on the horizons, or maybe taking away 1 or 2 things that I could definitely adapt to my organization. But this is my first
Isn't that amazing?
national restaurant, so
Yeah.
this is a huge. But I've done the multi-unit conference. I've done my own, but I don't really come to these conferences because they're not all in California. But this one was truly like eye-opening, and how we know that technology is the future, and how to adapt that. And I'm glad that I'm already there. I'm already involved in that. My company is like 99% paperless, but everything's all digital. But there's all accountability and stuff. So I like that.
I love the fact, you're not alone. Like, if you're listening to this, if you're watching this, wherever your restaurant is, whatever organization you're part of, if you're in hospitality, coming here like I said, it took me 13 years running my restaurant. I never, like, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, there's a show, but like, I'm too busy trying to keep this business alive.
Yeah.
I don't have time to go to Chicago.
Yeah.
I can barely get out of this restaurant 7 days a week. What are you talking about? Going to Chicago. So if you're listening to this, know that you're not alone. Know that there's incredible people out there that are willing to connect with you. We are willing to connect. You connect with me. You can connect with the people at Restaurant 365. Juan, what's the best place for people to find you? You're on LinkedIn?
I'm in LinkedIn, Juancarlos Chacon. If you ever have any questions, definitely drop in. I'll give you my cell phone number, and it's easier to chat that way. But honestly, it's just I don't mind sharing, because what I offer to my people is it's transparency. I'm open with them. I'm being straight up and honest with them, but I truly reward them, because I don't hire any kind of management from the outside. All my management is organic, and it's all grown within.
Yeah.
And so they know that if they put in that time and effort, and if they do that, I make them successful, because in turn they're going to make me successful. And I think that's the recipe that I've learned for the past 24 years, that if I'm true to my people, and they'll reciprocate it as just with loyalty.
So if you want to learn more about Restaurant 365, you can go to their website. You can let them know you heard about them on Digital Hospitality. Cali Barbecue, we're proud partners of Restaurant 365. We're grateful. They also do events all over the country called Restaurant Transformation Tour events. I highly recommend you go and getting some education in a local area. That way you might not be close to Chicago. They do it in Austin. They're going to be in Nashville. They have events everywhere. So check out their website. And if you want to connect with me, it's at Sean P. Walchef. Happy to connect with you and learn more about your business, your restaurant. And we appreciate you, Juan. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you for being vulnerable with our audience. And more importantly, thank you for your persistence. It's the stories of hope that keep this restaurant industry. It's not an easy industry, but it is pretty cool when you get this many people together to realize this is a global phenomenon. No matter where you are on earth, people are running restaurants, they're working hard, trying to provide for their families while providing for the community. So thank you.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.